How y'all doing? I'm Nate Robertson, head football coach at Graceland University. This is my first season as the head football coach for my sixth season. Being a part of the Graceland football staff. I've been director of football operations, academic coordinator, head JV coach, as well as the running back coach the last 2 years. And 3 years before that, I was the wide receivers coach. Recap of last season, not a lot of success. We were 1-10, but we did have some guys who had some big accomplishments. Senior that graduated quarterback, we broke a few school records. We had 2 first-team all-conference receivers and a young linebacker, freshman linebacker, who ran around, had a very successful season. So this upcoming season, we're looking to build off that. What you expect offensively and defensively from Graceland this year. Offensively, we've done a good job the last few years of loading up with a receiver. We have a lot of star power at receiver, kind of led by Caleb Thomas, who was a first-team all-conference receiver, be a junior, as well as Taz Richardson, who was a first-team all-conference receiver last season. So we'll continue to use those guys, but try to add an element of the run game into what we want to do. So having a lot of power, a lot of fight power, so to say, at receiver, but adding a dominant run game to that, I think is something that has been missing and what can take our offense to the next level. Defensively, we returned a sophomore inside linebacker by the name of Tevin Cameron, who I think was going to be pretty good. Him, team along with Carson Quint, who will be a sophomore safety this upcoming season. I think they'll make a great pair, a great 1-2 punch on defense. Right now, coming out of camp, we are trying to figure out what we have at O-line, not O-line, but defensive line, as well as linebackers, determine what we're ultimately going to be up front, whether it's 3-man front or 4-man front, will be determined by who we have coming out of camp. Newcomers. Right now, offensively, it's exciting at quarterback. We have kind of a 3-way battle right now. Austin Sowers, who will be a senior this year, as well as 2 new guys. Augustine DeToli, who's from St. Louis, and Antoine Williams, who's from South Florida. Those 3 kind of battling out for some reps and see who ultimately take that position. We also have at receiver, I talk about our star power receiver, we have a young guy by the name of Dante Slixiewicz. We call him Sly. I'm probably pronouncing his last name wrong, from South Florida. I think he adds a lot of star power to our receiver core. We have some young guys who, at running back, who's looking to steal some carries and help the team out a lot. Defensively, ultimately we're looking to see what we have up front in that linebacker. 2 guys that kind of stand out right away are 2 freshman cornerbacks. One is DeMond Whitmill from Kansas City, and the other one is Willie Page from California. 2 guys that have caught the coach's eye and made a big impact right away. So yes, we're going to be pretty young. I look for some young guys to make an impact this upcoming season. Success this season. Ultimately, our success will not be solely dictated off wins or losses. Do I want to win a lot of games? Yes. Will we win a few games? Yes, we will win a lot of games. But ultimately, our record, our win and loss record, won't determine our success. Our success will be determined by the wins on the field and off the field. So how are guys responding to us coaching? How are they taking coaching? How are we in this play within this conference? Because it is a tough conference. Off the field, how are we in the classroom? How are we in the communities? How does the community as a whole respond and react to Graceland football when they hear it, when they see us coming, when they see our guys representing around town or wherever it's at. So that will determine our success this football season.